this is Miss Rose, and today we're going to read the true story of the Three Little Pigs. The author is John Saiska and illustrated by Lane Smith. And the author is the one who writes the words of the story, and the illustrator is the one that draws the picture or takes pictures of the story. I wonder, um, what do you think? The story is they draw the pictures or they took pictures of the story? Let's start to read. The true story of the Three Little Pigs. This one here. Let's start. Everybody knows the true story of the Three Little Pigs. Or at least they think they do. But I will let you in a little secret. Nobody knows the real story because nobody has ever heard my side of the story. I wonder what is the size of the story. What is the real truth of the story? What does the wolf have to say? Let's find out. I'm the wolf, Alexandra T. Wolf. You can call me Al. I don't know how this whole big bad wolf thing got started. But it's all wrong. Maybe it's because of our diet. It's not my fault wolves eat cute little animals like bunnies and sheep and pigs. That's just the way we are. If cheeseburgers were cute, folks would probably think you were big and bad too. I wonder what people would think if they will eat cute little animals. But like I was saying, the whole big bad wolf thing is all wrong. The real story is about a sneeze and a cup of sugar. Achoo! And there's our cup of sugar right there. This is the real story. You can see it there. Let's find out what the real story of the wolf is. Way back in once upon a time, I was making a birthday cake for my dear old granny. I had a terrible sneezing cold. I ran out of sugar. I wonder where he's going to go. If he's going to ask their neighbors for sugar, or they're going to go to a supermarket to ask for a cup of sugar. Let's find out. So I walked down the street to ask my neighbor for a cup of sugar. Now this neighbor was a pig. And he wasn't too bright either. He had built his house of straw. Can you believe that? I mean, who in his right mind will build a house of straws? I wonder why he says that. So of course, the minute I knocked on the door, it fell right in. I didn't want to just walk in someone else's house. So I called, little pig, are you in? No answer. I was just about to go home with a cup of sugar of my dear old granny birthday cake. That's when my nose started to itch. I felt a sneeze coming on. Well, I huff and I snuff and achoo! And a sneeze, a gray sneeze came out. Look at that. Little pig, what happened to the little pig house? It collapsed. It fell down. Didn't have strong foundations. And you know what? The whole John Straw house fell down, and right in the middle of the pile of the straw was the first little pig dead as a doornail. He has been home the whole time. It seems like a shame to leave a perfect good ham dinner laid there in the straw. So I ate him up. Think of it as a big cheeseburger just laying there. I wonder what the wolf is going to do next. I was feeling a little bitter, but I still didn't have my cup of sugar. So I went to the next neighbor house. This neighbor was the first little pig's brother. He was a little smarter, just a little, but not much. He had built his house of sticks. I rang the bell on the stick house. Nobody answered. I called, Mr. Pig, Mr. Pig, are you in? He yelled back, go away, wolf. You cannot come in. I'm shaving the hair on my chinny chin chin. I wonder what the wolf is going to do. I just grabbed the doorknob when I felt another sneeze coming on. I huff and I snuff and I try to cover my mouth, but a sneeze, a gray sneeze, achoo! And you're not going to believe it, but this guy's house fell down, just like his brother. When the dust cleared, there was the second little pig, dead, has a doornail wolf on it. That means that he's saying the truth, that he didn't do it on purpose. Look at that. That house also collapsed. That means what? Did it have strong foundation? Was it sturdy? Why did it collapse? Now, you know food will spoil if you just leave it out in the open. So I did the only thing there was to do. I had dinner again. Think of it as a second helping. I was getting awfully full, but my cold was feeling a little better. And I still didn't have that cup of sugar for my dear old granny's birthday cake. So I went to the next house. This guy was the first, and the second little brother, the little pig brother. He must have been the brains of the family. He had built his house of bricks. Look at that. I knocked on the bricks house, no answer. I called, Mr. Pig, Mr. Pig, are you in? And you know what the rude little pork Answer. Get out of here. Wolf, don't bother me again. Talk about impolite. That big word, impolite, that means he was rude, he was not treating him good. He probably had a whole stack of sugar and he wouldn't give me even a little cup, just a little cup of sugar for my dear sweet old granny birthday cake. What a pig! I just about to go home and maybe make a nice birthday card instead of a cake when I felt my cold coming on. And I huff and I puff and I sneeze once again. Then the third little pig yelled, and your old granny can sit on a pin. That was rude. I wonder what the wolf is going to do. I'm usually a pretty calm fellow, but when somebody talks about my granny like that, I go a little crazy. When the cops drove up, of course, I was trying to break down this pig's door. And the whole time I was huffing and puffing and sneezing and making a real scene. Look at that. I wonder what the police is going to do. What's going to happen to the wolf? The rest, as they say, is history. The news reporters found out about the two pigs I had for dinner. They figured a sick guy going to borrow a cup of sugar didn't sound very exciting. So they jazz up the story. That means they lie. That way they can sell the newspaper and to get a great news. So they jazz up the story with all of that huff and puff and blow your house down. And they made me the big bad wolf. That's it. The real story. I was framed. That means they lied to them. It wasn't true that he wanted to hurt the little pigs. But maybe you could loan me a cup of sugar. The end. I wonder what happened with the third little pig and how long the wolf is going to stay in jail. Well, I hope you like the story. See you tomorrow. Bye.